This is the seated knee extension. To begin, you're going to sit on the chair with your feet hip-width apart and feet planted flat on the floor. With your working leg, you're going to extend all the way out as far as you feel comfortable without symptoms, and then return back to the starting point. You're going to do 8 to 10 reps, and for about 1 to 2 rounds each. To progress this exercise, you're going to grab a looped band, put it around the ankles, and then start in the same position. And then you're going to pick your working leg again, extend against the resistance, and back in, only to where you feel comfortable, 8 to 10 times for 1 to 2 rounds. This is the seated knee flexion. First, you're going to start sitting on a chair with your feet hip-width apart and planted on the floor. Then what you're going to do is you're going to extend one leg, which is your working leg, bend it as far back towards the chair as you can, and then back to the starting point. You're going to repeat this 8 to 10 times for 1 to 2 rounds. To progress this exercise, you're going to grab your looped band, put it around your ankles, and set your feet slightly farther away from the chair. And then what you're going to do is repeat the motion, keeping one foot planted, and then pulling that working leg all the way back to the chair, and then back to the starting point, 8 to 10 times, 1 to 2 reps. This exercise is the seated clamshell. To begin, you're going to start sitting on a chair with your feet hip-width apart and planted on the floor, and then you're going to slowly pull your knees apart, and then slowly return back to the start position. You're going to complete this 8 to 10 times for 1 to 2 rounds. And then to progress this exercise, you're going to take your looped band, bring it all the way up, just around your knees. You're going to set up in the same position, feet hip-width apart and planted on the ground, and then you'll pull that band apart and then return back to the starting position, again, 8 to 10 times for 1 to 2 rounds. This exercise is the seated hip internal rotation. To begin, you're going to sit on a chair with your feet hip-width apart and planted on the ground. With your working leg, you're going to pull it out and away from your non-working leg and then bringing it back in, keeping both sit bones on the chair the whole time. You're going to complete 8 to 10 reps of these for 1 to 2 rounds. To progress the exercise, you'll take your looped band and place it around the ankles. Start in that same seated position and then pull your ankle away with that added resistance. Again, you'll complete 8 to 10 reps for 1 to 2 rounds. This exercise is the monster walk. You're going to start standing with your feet hip-width apart and a slight bend in the knees. You're going to take a few steps to each side with your knees bent the whole time. You're going to do this 8 to 10 times for 1 to 2 rounds. And to progress this exercise, you're going to take your looped band, put it around your thighs, just above the knees, and then start in the same position, feet hip-width apart, knees slightly bent. And now you're going to take your monster walks with the band around your knees, 8 to 10 times in each direction, and for 1 to 2 rounds. This exercise is the sit to stand. To begin, you're going to sit in a chair with your feet hip-width apart and planted on the ground, hands on the hips or crossed across the chest. You're going to lean forward and stand up, keeping your knees over top of your toes for the whole time. You're going to complete 8 to 10 reps for 1 to 2 rounds. The next progression is to offset your feet slightly, one foot in front of the other, and then you're going to stand up and then sit back down slowly and controlled for 8 to 10 reps, 1 to 2 rounds. The final progression is to do a single leg sit to stand, standing on your working leg, coming up, sitting back down slow and controlled, 8 to 10 reps for 1 to 2 rounds. This exercise is the single leg toe taps. You're going to start standing with your feet hip-width apart. You're going to shift your weight onto your supported leg, and then you're going to tap with your opposite foot out in front of you, to the side, and then to the back. You're going to repeat this on each leg 8 to 10 times for 1 to 2 rounds. To progress this exercise, you're going to take your hands off the support and repeat the motion 8 to 10 times on each side on both legs for 1 to 2 rounds. This exercise is the tandem balance. The first thing you want to do is start in a standing position near support, and then you're going to hold on to either a chair or table for balance. You're going to place one foot in front of the other, and then making sure that you're equally weight bearing throughout both feet. The toes of the back foot should be touching the heel of the front foot. Then what you're going to do is you're going to try and balance in this position for 20 to 30 seconds. The next progression is to take your hand off that support and then also try and balance in this position for 20 to 30 seconds. The final progression is to set up in the same position, not holding support, and to close your eyes and balance in this position for 20 to 30 seconds as well.
Thank you for following along with this video, and I hope this information has helped you.